We used a lot of humor when my sister's in the hospital. And by the way, I figured out the system in the emergency room. The person who is bleeding gets to the top of the list, right? Yeah, my sister's at the bottom because she wasn't bleeding at first. Oh, yeah, 5 hours of that. I said, Debbie, I got to cut you. We'll never get out of here. I've talked about how I customize my corporate comedy shows and keynotes so that I kick off with some jokes about the group. It's a great way to grab the audience's attention and connect with them instantly so that they want to listen to you. But when you work in comedy clubs, there really isn't a chance to interview the whole audience ahead of time to customize the show. But luckily, us comedians can do some easy customization that makes it look like the show is tailored for that crowd, but it's really the same jokes you're doing in every different town. One way we comedians do this is that we have a joke that's local and includes something local like a grocery store. We can then change the name of the grocery store to whatever city we're in so that we name a local store in their town. It sounds like we've actually spent time in that store in their town when we haven't. Also, we can talk about traffic. Now, I don't care where you are in the U.S. You think you've got the worst bad traffic or the craziest drivers, or sometimes both. So if you make a joke about a guy who just cut you off and crazy drivers, or maybe that I'm late because traffic is so bad, people go nuts. We can see people laughing and nodding their heads like, yeah, we know our drivers are the craziest. Now, comedians also customize the show by making fun of someone's shirt or something they're wearing. Yeah, my first weekend emceeing in a real comedy club, I was just floored that the headliner mentioned that a guy was wearing a Charlie Brown-looking shirt in every show. The first time it was really funny, but by the fourth time I was amazed that he could use that same line. He knew that some guy was always going to be wearing a cheap-looking shirt, and so he called it the Charlie Brown-looking shirt, and it killed. And finally, standard relationship jokes are a really easy way to customize the show. I guarantee in every couple, one of them snores, one of them is bossier than the other, one of them doesn't clean up as much. You get the idea. When you point these out, the couples in the crowd will think you're talking about their relationship, and poof, you've customized the show. The takeaway tip from this is sometimes you can do things a lot easier than you think. For me, I love writing specific humor for the corporate crowds, but when that's not possible, I can still do it and make it look like I've spent hours studying the crowd or the town when I haven't. That's it for this episode. Thanks for listening. Feel free to check out my website, theworklady.com. This is Jan. Take care and enjoy your journey.